on the podium.
Yeah, Roman's focused, and he had a great start to the day. And now we're going to see how he manages the handstand walking here. I don't think the box jumps will present any problem. High volume handstand walking versus some of these great men in this field could be tough for Roman, but we'll see how it plays out.
There is Jeff Adler, who right now sits in third place overall, just 5 points back of Krennikov. Final heat is underway. Victor Hoffer has your top time, 7:01.41 seconds. And there just really is not a lot of opportunity here to make up ground on people if they get too far ahead.
That's right, and that's what we've seen every heat so far. The leader coming off these box jumps, so watch it closely, folks. Whoever turns and runs first, and it's Brent Fikowski. We haven't seen them relent the lead, so we'll see if that's how this goes for Brent here in this particular heat.
Fikowski out front early, and just about everybody else is right behind him here as he is on his first handstand walk in round 1 of 5. Fikowski is across.
Sean, and this is really a particular event where it pays to walk, yes, and walk unbroken, of course, but walk fast. Danielle Brandon excelled at it. Tia had the next fastest speed, and we saw Tudor even in the last heat almost be able to make up some ground on Victor Hoffer there due to his ability to walk fast on his hands. So that's going to really accumulate for these athletes. Who can walk, that's great, but who can walk fast?
Brent Fikowski is the first man through. There is Roman Krennikov is dead even with Vellner and Adler. Jake Crouch down in lane 10. He's right behind Fikowski. Fikowski is heading back to the box to start round 2. Vellner and Crouch right behind him. Adler's right there as well, as is Roman Krennikov. 6 more reps here at 42 inches, just about 1 meter. There is Travis Mayer. Mayer coming in 7th place overall, 430 points. He's going to have some pretty huge performances in these final 2 events if he wants to get himself on the podium, but he is still alive. And Jay Crouch is off. Fikowski continues to lead. It's Adler in 2nd, followed by Vellner and Crouch. Jason Hopper in 4th place, 10 points back of Jeff Adler for 3rd, is falling back here in this heat. Fikowski is still out front, keeping those arms at his side.
You can count on the professor, always doing something a little different than the rest of the field, and he's known for that. He's going to try to find any space, any reprieve, any rest, any way to circulate blood to a recovering muscle that he can find, and that is really what has helped him continue to excel as an athlete. He's been in this game for a while. He takes every lesson, and he makes note, puts it in his pocket, and uses it to his advantage.
Fikowski just like he slept on his arms. Into round number 3. Adler and Vellner are close behind Jay Crouch. Now Fikowski gets 1 rep in before Adler, Vellner, and Crouch start their set of 6 here. Final rep for Fikowski, and he's done. He moves back to the handstand walk. Adler now in 2nd place ahead of Pat Vellner. So Roman Krennikov is starting to fall back a little bit here. He's only up 5 points on Adler, so Adler can overtake Krennikov here in this event if this continues.
Yeah, I really think this handstand walk is where a lot of the pacing has to be dictated for these athletes. They can run as fast as they'd like, but it doesn't matter if they get back to the handstand walk and they don't trust their ability to perform there. So a lot of what we're seeing is just simply pacing around, getting upside down so that they feel like they're ready and can go unbroken.
Krennikov falling back to the leaders. There's Travis Mayer on the right, just making the turn and coming back. As Brent Fikowski continues to lead here. Krennikov coming off a 2nd place finish this morning in Hulk hands. Now Crouch has moved ahead of Fikowski. This is the first time that we've seen a leader this late surrender that lead. So Fikowski and Crouch are neck and neck.
And when we talk about body language, which everybody knows I like to address that and watch it very closely, Jay Crouch looks composed. He looks relaxed. He's not shaking his arms out the same way Brent is, which could allude to the fact that he's not feeling as tired or as run down. So this could be a great opportunity for him to overtake the lead and perhaps make a great run at trying to win an event.
Fikowski and Crouch done at the exact same time. As they head back to the handstand walk, Adler is now in third place, just ahead of Pat Vellner.
And we see Crouch with a 5 to 7 foot lead right now over Brent Fikowski, neck and neck.
Crouch is done first. Crouch back in front of Fikowski as they close out round 4. One round remains after this. Jason Hopper, meanwhile, he has fallen back. Hopper was in the mix coming into this event for a spot on the podium. Fourth place overall, just 10 points back of Jeff Adler.
That surprises me about Hopper for this particular event. I wonder if he doesn't trust his ability to walk upside down, lacks the capacity to walk this much in an event.
There goes our leader right now in the heat, Jay Crouch, who has opened up a cushion on Brent Fikowski. As now Crouch will head back to the box for his final rep. Fikowski just getting to the chest piece. Adler and Vellner are neck and neck behind him, and Travis Mayer is now starting to push Adler and Vellner for third place.
Mayer, much more urgency in his transition there, even to drop his marker. Which of course, hey, when we consider transitions, that's a big deal. That can save you time.
There's Roman Krennikov, who is now just finishing up round 4. Time to beat, upper right-hand part of your screen. That's Victor Hoffer's mark from Heat 1, and it looks like that's going to stand.
Yeah.
And that would give us our 7th different event winner here at the Rogue Invitational. As Brent Fikowski is trying to catch up to Jay Crouch. Crouch has made the turn at the pylon and is working his way back.
Got Adler slightly ahead of Vellner there.
Those two have been joined at the hip throughout this entire event. Here comes Fikowski in second place behind Crouch. Crouch is just kicking down now. He will work his way across the finish line. He's not going to win the event, but Jay Crouch will win his heat. 12th place overall coming in as he looks to finish inside the top 10 here at the Rogue Invitational, and that will help him. 7:21.36 seconds. And now Fikowski is in. Fikowski 5th place overall with 450 points, trying to make up 25 points on Jeff Adler. Adler in a foot race now with Vellner. Adler moved out of his lane. He's across. Olsen's going to edge out Vellner for some valuable points for Noah Olsen as he looks to work his way back inside the top 10. 11th place overall for him. Mayer is across as well. And Roman Krennikov has fallen way off. Krennikov is done. Jason Hopper is going to get in ahead of him. And here comes Roman Krennikov. Chandler Smith just finishing up. He is in. There's Bjorven Carl Gumanson, who is across. And that will do it for Heat 2. Victor Hoffer is going to pick up his first career event win at the Rogue Invitational. Pat Vellner will have a few more points shaved off of his lead, but still in very good position to win his second Rogue Invitational Championship with now just one event remaining. Kind of the announcer jinx there. We said we haven't seen anybody give up a lead, and then Brent Fikowski was out front early, but Jay Crouch is able to reel him in.
That's right. We haven't seen it yet. It was a new thing for us to see here, but that tells me that Jay Crouch honestly paced it very well for himself. He didn't come out too hot. He didn't try to lead from the beginning, but he met himself exactly where he was. He felt good going into that 4th round specifically where he was really able to show that he was going to overtake Brent for that lead, and he executed. And we saw a lot of Fikowski early because, of course, he was the leader. Smooth on his box jumps, using that hand to the box descend that we've seen from the majority of the field today. And he really didn't do bad on his hands. He did a great job, but this is where we started to see Jay Crouch at the top of your screen take a more significant lead, and he never gave it back to Brent there at that point. He was smooth over that handstand walk and then smooth the rest of the way in this event as we see him taking on his final handstand walk through the finish here. Fast on his hands, eyes on the grass, feet well out in front of his hands, and that gave him the momentum he needed to carry it all the way through the finish line.
Jay Crouch wins the heat. Brent Fikowski looking to creep closer to a spot on the podium. The professor is with Kiki Dixon.
You grabbed some solid points here for that leaderboard. This event with the box jumps and the handstand walks, what